Drive down the highway long enough, and you will inevitably find yourself behind a brand new truck that costs more than most people's houses. You know the exact one. It has chrome accents everywhere, stitched leather seats that probably cost more than monthly rent, and a payment that would make a mortgage broker sweat. The math becomes even stranger when looking at the people behind the wheel. Many of these vehicles are driven by people earning median household incomes, teachers, mechanics, and office workers whose salaries have not kept pace with $80,000 price tags. It defies basic mathematics. How are millions of regular people managing to pull off these astronomical car payments without immediately going bankrupt? These drivers are regular folks with regular jobs who found a way to make the numbers work by signing on to a carefully engineered financial system designed to make impossible payments seem possible. A decade ago, a $700 monthly car payment was considered insane. Today, $700 is the average payment for a regular new car purchased by a regular person. In the truck and SUV market, the default choice for most American buyers, payments now routinely cross the $900 to $1,200 threshold every single month for up to 8 years. While median household income has increased, it has not moved nearly enough to justify these payment amounts using traditional financial wisdom. Traditional affordability metrics no longer apply. Instead, a specific set of lending mechanisms has been developed to maintain the illusion of affordability at any cost. The automotive industry realized long ago that selling basic transportation was not as profitable as selling identity. They spent decades researching how to convert emotional responses into loan signatures. Commercials showing rugged trucks climbing mountains sell the fantasy of a specific lifestyle, helping buyers justify an otherwise irrational financial decision. To make those expensive vehicles fit into a monthly budget, the 3-year car loan was replaced. It is now as dead as the flip phone. Lenders now stretch terms to 6, 7, or even 8 years into the future. Comparing a 4-year versus an 8-year loan for a $60,000 truck, spreading the cost drops the monthly payment, but adds $14,000 in interest. And 0% financing? The cost is simply built into the vehicle's price, removing any cash discount. By focusing the buyer's attention entirely on that manageable monthly number, the dealership hides the fact that the total cost of the vehicle has been dramatically inflated. Because cars depreciate rapidly in their first few years, buyers with long-term loans quickly fall into negative equity. By year 5 or 6, they still owe significantly more than the vehicle is actually worth. This creates a cycle that grows heavier over time. When the buyer wants something newer, they don't pay off the old loan. They simply roll that negative equity into a new, even larger loan. Dealers encourage this trade-in game because it creates a captive audience. The loan balances keep growing even as the buyer continues making payments every single month. This arrangement turns the customer into a permanent source of revenue, trapped in a debt cycle they cannot afford to break without writing a check for thousands of dollars. The loan payment is only the first layer of the drain. Many buyers underestimate the insurance premiums for a $60,000 truck, which can easily exceed $200 a month. Then there is the maintenance. Modern trucks are complex machines, and when something breaks, the bills can be staggering. A simple brake job can cost $1,200, often hitting families who have zero emergency savings. Add in the fuel costs for low-efficiency vehicles. When gas prices fluctuate, driving a large truck can cost $400 a month, approaching what a car payment used to be a decade ago. To survive this ongoing bleed, people resort to dangerous financial shortcuts. They put fuel and repairs on high-interest credit cards or take out home equity loans specifically to cover negative equity from previous vehicles. A house is an asset intended to build wealth. Leveraging that home to fund a car addiction reverses the logic of wealth building entirely. Financing a $55,000 truck over 7 years means an $800 payment, but expenses add up: $67,000 for the loan, $21,000 for insurance, $29,000 for fuel, and $15,000 for maintenance. The $130,000 total ownership cost buys an asset ultimately worth $15,000. Spending $130,000 to secure an asset worth only $15,000 is a system of total wealth destruction that just happens to include cup holders and heated seats. This line graph visualizes the massive financial trade-off. If that same $800 monthly payment were put into an index fund earning 8% annually, it would generate over $70,000 in actual wealth. Breaking this cycle is difficult because people feel that downgrading their vehicle is an admission of absolute failure. They defend their truck payment with passion, even as it prevents them from providing for their future. The path to a solvent future starts by walking away from the dealership and leaving the debt behind, and choosing the utility of a reliable used car instead.